Are you kidding me right now? That's what came out of my mouth, louder than I meant when I caught this HOA. Karen rolling her Mercedes right through my grandfather's crops for the fifth time this week. She stood there in her sunglasses, totally convinced she had emergency access rights through my private farmland, like she was doing me a favor. Let me tell you, every single morning I'd wake up to brand new tire tracks across the tomatoes, across the irrigation ditches, just smashing up everything my family built for 3 generations. My blood pressure was hitting new records daily. But what she didn't know was I'd been documenting everything. Because yeah, I was cooking up a plan to end her little joyrides for good. Stick around, this story only gets wilder. And hey, comment where you're watching from, because you're not going to believe how sideways this all went. So let's rewind 3 months, give or take. I'd just inherited this 12-acre spread out, past the edge of what used to be honest-to-God farmland. My plan was to fix up the barn, grow some decent tomatoes, maybe get into old guy hobbies, nothing wild. But they'd built Meadowbrook Heights right up behind my property, cookie-cutter suburbia, every house a copy-paste HOA rules stricter than a boot camp. And that's saying something, because I was a military engineer for 20 years. Name's Ryan Mitchell, 58, officially retired, thought I was done with tactical planning and conflict. Well, yeah, that was wishful thinking. First time I met her, it was a Tuesday. I found this woman just standing smack in the middle of my driveway. Designer sunglasses, hair done up like she was filming a shampoo commercial, oozing that "let me speak to your manager" energy. Chloe Thompson, HOA president, realtor, and apparently self-appointed queen of the cul-de-sac. "Mr. Mitchell," she said, flashing this smile like she'd practiced it in the mirror. "We need to discuss our established right-of-way for emergency access through your property." She made established sound like the word of God, like I was just supposed to hand her the keys to the farm and say, "Thank you, ma'am. May I have another?" Here's the part Chloe conveniently forgot to mention. Meadowbrook Heights has one road in and one road out. If you want to reach the hospital or the fire station, or heck, anywhere useful, you can either take a 25-minute detour down pothole-riddled back roads, or you can wait for it cut straight through my land. Guess which route our friend Chloe preferred? She spun this whole tale about community service and how surely with my military background I'd appreciate the importance of rapid emergency response. I just kept thinking, if this was really a legal easement, why was she working so hard to sell it? I'll need to see the documentation, I told her, keeping my face blank as a poker hand. The flash of irritation was quick, but I caught it. "Oh, absolutely. My assistant will pull those files," she said. "Uh-huh." Second red flag, nobody with a real legal right has to go on a treasure hunt for proof. That night I drove down to the county records office. Old survey pins matched my fence. The ditch my grandfather dug still there. No easement anywhere. Every document, every map, every plat, no right-of-way, not in the chain of title, not in the approvals, nowhere. Walking out with my photocopies, I felt that old mission calm settle in, the kind that tells you your plan is already halfway finished before it starts. Then here's the kicker. I dig up a permit application with Chloe's name on it, dated just 2 weeks before our chat. She wasn't using an existing easement, she was trying to make one retroactively by slipping paperwork through some bored county clerk. She figured I'd be too old or too dumb to check the details. And all the while, she was treating her access like a done deal, already spinning up the story with her neighbors. Next day, I walked my property lines, 12 acres of dirt and sweat fence posts, hammered in by my granddad irrigation ditches that still carried water like clockwork. I heard his voice as clear as day. "Good fences make good neighbors, Ryan. But when folks stop respecting fences, you gotta get creative." Didn't realize yet just how creative I was about to get. That afternoon, Chloe made her test run. Her silver Mercedes glided past my no trespassing signs like they were restaurant menus. She drove slow, deliberate phone mounted on the dash, probably recording evidence for some future court date. She had no idea I'd installed a bank of security cameras that very morning, every angle, every trespass, all in HD. And man, she played it like a pro. Careful tracks, slow turns where the road couldn't see exits, right through the same gap in the hedge every time. But she wasn't just after a shortcut. She was building a legal narrative, one slow drive at a time, hoping that repetition would make her access established use. Each day, new damage. Busted drip lines, crushed valve boxes, sprinkler heads snapped clean. I started stacking the broken parts on my porch, looked like a hardware store exploded. It was all too organized to be accidental. A week in the neighborhood started showing up, little delegations, all with the same script. Surely you understand how the detour affects our kids' school pickups. What about ambulances, Mr. Mitchell? We're just asking for a little cooperation. All coached, all delivered with that special blend of guilt and concern. You ever been gaslit by a whole neighborhood? It's a trip. Chloe had turned public opinion into a weapon, and I was enemy number one. Then Tuesday morning, Chloe marches up with an envelope county letterhead official, sealed temporary emergency access approval. Looked fancy, but something was off. County seal was wrong. Signature didn't match. Called up the office, turns out no approval, no emergency order, nothing. I started recognizing her moves, a bad magic show with props rented last minute and scripts handed out at the door. The real twist landed at Murphy's Coffee, Mrs. Patterson from Meadowbrook Heights group chat, wide open phone pinging every few seconds. Every HOA playbook tip, every talking point broadcast for the world to hear. Mention the kids, document everything, paint Mitchell as unreasonable. Then the fake photos, me in my garden captioned as hostile, confrontational. The most aggressive thing I'd done was ask people to stop flattening my carrots. I dug even deeper, county records development plans. That's when the truth made my stomach turn. Meadowbrook Heights, Phase 2. An expansion project that would double property values. If and only if they got access through my land. My 12 acres were the keystone. And that's why Chloe was desperate. She was engineering the case for eminent domain, pushing for my land at age prices so the county could seize it for public use and she'd walk away a hero. Damage to my crops kept getting worse. She figured if she broke me, I'd fold. But what she didn't know, I'd been building a legal fortress behind the scenes. I filed my own permits, had every agency on record, and my documentation game was next level. Then comes the Friday, her Mercedes rolls up again, another stack of fake legal notices. I realized I was looking at organized fraud, not just a petty neighbor feud. She'd cooked up the perfect storm, make me the villain, then use my hostility to justify everything. And if she got caught with her hand in the HOA cookie jar, guess who'd take the fall? I chose that moment to pivot. Sometimes the best offense is a retreat so convincing your enemy gets sloppy. I slumped my shoulders, moved slow, made sure she saw me tired and beat down. She fell for it, hook, line, and sinker, came to my door practically purring. Maybe we can work out a compromise. Then she slipped, said, if you sell, I can finally pay back. Get access for the community. Pay back. She just confessed. That night I went full military ops mode, ordered professional-grade traffic control devices legal under my county permit, engineered to stop a Mercedes dead but not hurt anybody. All above board. The next morning I put out a for sale sign, right where everyone in Meadowbrook Heights could see it. That news traveled faster than gossip at a church potluck. Chloe staged a victory parade, invited buyers, investors, half the neighborhood. She strutted like a peacock, waving at the crowd, ready to demonstrate the new access route. The drone was up, investors snapping photos, everyone waiting for the big show. Chloe slid behind the wheel engine, purring, big smile, then eased onto my driveway. She made it about 30 seconds. Then pop, 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 pop! All four tires blew out at once. The Mercedes skidded sideways into my grandfather's irrigation ditch. Bumper crumpled, steam rising, the whole crowd just silent. I walked out cool as a cucumber and hammered in my legal warning signs. Private property, traffic control devices in use, trespassers will be immobilized. Chloe climbed out looking like a drowned cat, designer heels, ruined hair, mad at her triumph, now the biggest faceplant in HOA history. You'd think that'd be the end, but here's where it really gets nuts. The crowd started whispering spike strips. Isn't that a little much? Chloe, queen of spin, played the victim. Pulled out her phone. I have recordings. I was threatened. She hit play audio edited to make me sound like a monster. But then the tape rolled a little too long and suddenly her own voice filled the air. Once I replaced the $15,000 from the playground fund, no one will know. She'd confessed to everything, stealing from the community, framing me, plotting her escape. The crowd went full mob. The treasurer confirmed the missing funds. The real estate guy called his broker. Her license was toast. No one needed the cops. Her reputation died right there in the dirt in front of everyone she'd lied to. Her fall was brutal but quiet. One by one, people stopped acknowledging her. Her name came off doors, her license vanished, her Mercedes towed away for scrap. She lost everything, not with drama, but with the cold silence of a community done with her lies. 3 months later, I'm fixing the fence when a teenage girl shows up, Emma, Chloe's daughter. She hands me a letter. Her mom's in therapy, trying to make amends, learning to own up. Emma thanks me. You saved my mom from herself. We talk about forgiveness, about healing, about the long road back from betrayal. The land stays mine, the line stays clear. And Meadowbrook Heights gets new rules, real transparency, real oversight. The spike strips go in the barn, a souvenir of a war nobody really won. But sometimes standing up for the truth costs everything. Maybe that's the lesson. Justice isn't always perfect, but honesty's enough. Ever seen someone's own evidence destroy them? Drop your karma story in the comments. And hey, if you stuck with me through all this, give a like and don't forget to subscribe. Some stories you just gotta share.